It's engineered for an even trim at any angle, but can this Philips Norelco Series 5100 beard and head trimmer really achieve the perfect 3-day stubble that I'm looking for? We'll find out coming up next. What's up, guys? I'm Paul D'Onofrio, back with you from Groom Reviews. We're getting you comfortable, confident, and clean in grooming. On this channel, we're bringing you everyday grooming product reviews. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe and make sure to hit that notification bell to stay on top of all of our latest videos. You can also check us out on our website at groomreviews.com. So today, we're taking a look at the Philips Norelco Beard and Head Trimmer, Series 5100, which Philips touts for its new hair lift comb that lifts and guides hairs to the blade for efficient one-pass trimming. This grooming device is an Amazon Choice recommendation, ranking at number 10 for the category of beard and mustache trimmers. It also holds a solid 4.2 out of 5-star review rating. Accompanying the plastic chrome finish and stainless steel blades of this Series 5100 trimmer are a beard and stubble comb, short hair comb, long hair comb, charger, and brush. Now, if you take a look at my previous video on the Philips Norelco Multigroom 3000 and Multigroom 7000, you'll notice that these grooming devices have a metal trimmer attachment similar to the Series 5100, as well as their own set of beard and hair trimming guards. While the Multigroom 3000 and Multigroom 7000 require you to continuously switch attachments from one guard length setting to the next, the Philips Norelco Beard and Head Trimmer utilizes 3 beard and hair combs that work in combination with a built-in zoom wheel. The beard comb and short hair trimming comb correlate to the red digits on the top row of the zoom wheel, while the long hair comb correlates with the silver digits on the bottom row. As far as battery life, the Philips Norelco Beard and Head Trimmer utilizes a lithium-ion battery and requires 1 hour of charge time for 70 minutes of cordless use. It also has a 5-minute quick charge, good for the length of one cordless cut, and it can be used plugged in for continuous use. The trimmer and all the attachments are fully washable. However, the Series 5100 should only be used in dry condition and cannot be used while bathing or in the shower. Currently, the Philips Norelco Beard and Head Trimmer Series 5100 sells on Amazon for $44.99. I'll link to the product in the description below. Alright guys, so this is the Beard and Head Trimmer from Philips Norelco Series 5100. Now, it might be a little confusing off the bat because if you look at this box, it says right here Series 5100, but on the actual device it says Series 5000. I'm not really sure why they did that, but the box says Series 5100. That's what we're going to go with. So as you can see here, this device has this little zoom wheel here, and all you have to do, it's on both sides, and all you have to do is just twist it right here with your fingers, and you go through the different increments. Now if you take a look at some of the marketing for this device, you'll see that they talk about it cutting in 0.2 millimeter increments, which is true to a certain extent. If you actually take a look at the zoom wheel on here, you'll see that from 0.4 millimeters up to 2 millimeters, it does cut in those 0.2 millimeter ranges. Once it reaches that 2 millimeter point is when it starts jumping in 0.5 millimeter increments. And it'll do that up to 5 millimeters. And then once we hit the 5 millimeter setting, it starts jumping in 1 millimeter increments up to 7 millimeters. Now from 0.4 millimeters to 7 millimeters is what you'll read here on this top row, which is in red. And that relates to the short comb as well as the beard comb. Once you use the long hair comb, you're dealing with these lower numbers. And you'll see the same exact thing with those increments, except we start at 6.4 millimeters and go all the way up to 13. So from 6.4 millimeters up to 8 millimeters, you'll go in those 0.2 millimeter increments. But from 8 millimeter to 11 millimeter, you're going to go in 0.5 millimeter increments. And then from 11 to 13 millimeter, it'll do those 1 millimeter increments. So this is the beard comb, and it's very easy to put on. All you have to do is grasp the sides here. You take your device, and there's actually a little notch. It's right in here. And all you have to do is line it up with the comb and push it in. So this is a short hair comb, and this also utilizes those red digits that are on the top row here. So you're going to take this and you're going to slide it into those notches, push in, and you're now back to this dial where you can push this from 0.4 millimeters all the way up to 7 millimeters for cutting the hair. Now if you want to cut in longer length, and you're going to take this long hair comb attachment. So when you look at this, it's actually a little bit thicker inside these grooves. There's a little bit more distance before you can actually get to that blade, and that's what's giving it the extra millimeter setting to make it start off at 6.4 millimeter. Even though these look like they're the same, height and they're the same length, they're really not. This one, the blade can come closer. This one, the blade stays farther back. Same thing with this beard comb here. The blade is able to come right up to these teeth. All right, guys, so right now I'm working with about 2 weeks worth of hair growth on my beard. What we're going to do now is we're going to go in with this beard comb attachment, and we're going to see at what setting it's going to start actually cutting this hair at. Once we hit that, we're going to slowly go down through the different increments, and we're going to see how this is actually trimming up my beard. Is it doing it evenly? How's it looking? Am I feeling it cut? Is it snagging? We're going to go through that whole thing, and we're going to see this all the way down to 0.4 millimeter, which is the lowest setting. And Philips Norelco claims that at 0.4 millimeter, if you use this every day, you'll have the perfect stubble look. So we're going to jump in right now, we're going to test it out, and we're going to see once we get to 0.4 millimeter if we really think this is the perfect stubble look. Alright guys, so there you go. That was the Philips Norelco Beard and Head Trimmer. And as you can see, this is the 0.4 millimeter, the lowest setting. Philips Norelco is basically saying this is the perfect 3-day stubble look. So it's definitely very close. Definitely was trimming very evenly the whole time I was using it. There's so many different increment settings going down. I started at 5 millimeter, was working my way down to the 0.4 millimeter, and along the way I decided, I got to jump a few of these because they were just getting too close together and it wasn't really cutting that much each time. The blades on this are really sharp. They had no problem cutting, no pulling, no snagging. Definitely trims up very well. The increment settings are very nice if you want to get those, small different increments. For my preference, I really don't need that many different levels to cut at, but for somebody who wants to do that, it's definitely great for that. I happen to bring the Multi-Groom 3000 with me, and as you can see, the metal trimmer head on there is almost identical to this Series 5100. If you take them off and you compare them to each other, there actually is a slight difference underneath them on the plastic, so you can't interchange these on the device, even though it looks like you would be able to. As far as the noise on this, it's really not that bad. It's almost one of those duller tones or pitches like I always hear. I actually have the Multigroom 3000 here, and you can just compare it to it. You know, very comparable. They almost sound identical. Not bad when you're gripping it. It's got this kind of curve right here, so when your hand falls on it, it's very easy when you're moving up and down. So this definitely has more increment settings than it does on a Multigroom 3000 or Multigroom 7000. But that said, it does not have the precision of the Multigroom 7000, and it definitely does not have the cost of the Multigroom 3000. I'd say definitely with a shorter beard or stubble beard, this would be a good one to go with. With a longer beard, probably want to shy away. It probably doesn't have high enough length settings for what you're working with. But somebody who wants to go in there and wants to be able to cut in those small incremental settings, this is definitely, you know, the one you would go with. It will not get you the precision as far as being able to detail, but it will get you that stubble finish as you're seeing here. So overall, the Philips Norelco beard and head trimmer definitely got the job done. It got me that stubble finish that we were trying to achieve from the start. The attachments go on easy, the blade's very sharp, has a lot of power in it, and definitely from what I'm hearing, the charge in this will last you for a while. This was a very good trim, very good product. Definitely ask yourself what group you're in. Are you looking for bargain pricing of a Multigroom 3000? You want that precision trimming of a Multigroom 7000? Or you want to have those different increment settings where you can just cut at real tight lengths of this Series 5100. All right, guys, I hope you found that video helpful. If you did, a like, comment, subscribe, share, anything you can do to help the channel, I greatly appreciate it. Make sure to check me out on Instagram @GroomReviews. I thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.